Hi, I'm Christy Love here with Jacob Goede. That's correct, right?
Yep, that's
Okay,
right.
I've been having trouble with your last name all the time. Tell me how old you are.
I'm 21.
Ooh, he's a young one. Okay, tell me about how your season's going.
It started out real well. We won the first two features, and we also got another one a few weeks later. Right now, I think we're third in points. It's going okay. We've been off a little bit the last month or so, but I think we're getting it back, and hopefully we'll be up front again tonight.
Tell everybody what kind of car you drive.
The body's a Monte Carlo, but it's a left-hander chassis.
Tell me what that means.
That's the chassis manufacturer where the car was built from.
So tell me, where are you planning on going with this? Do you want to race in NASCAR, or is this just kind of just a hobby, or what are you doing with this?
Well, I'd like to race at the next level or whatever, but we'll just kind of see what happens. We're gonna keep plugging away at this locally stuff, and maybe we can get some more sponsorship. And Lake Town Electric is helping us out a lot, and maybe we can go on and do some traveling next year and move up the ladder a little bit.
Awesome. Okay, so tell me, are you planning on winning tonight, or are we just gonna go out there and have some fun?
No, we're planning on winning. That's what we come to the track to do, is win. So.
Good answer.
Yep, for sure.
I knew that was the answer. I was just gonna make sure you knew.
All right. Yeah,
I think
know.
the team needs to make sure you know too.
Yeah.
Okay. Jacob, it was really nice meeting you, and I understand we're going to go to your shop now and check out a little bit about what happens there.
Yeah, that's what I hear, and we'll have to clean it up a little bit so it looks a little bit respectable, but yeah, we're going to see you out there.
Okay, good, because I'm very critical of house cleaning.
All right. We're going to have to clean her up then.
What's the coolest thing about your shop?
We have a hoist. I don't know. There's a TV in there.
What's a hoist?
We can lift the car up.
Oh, I knew that. Okay, so we're going to head out to the shop, and we'll be back here on NASCAR Northern Style.
I suppose we could talk a little racing, since this show allegedly once in a while is about racing. What we've seen this year with, I think, 3 feature wins so far at the time that we tape this is what I would consider a very positive and natural progression of your talents as a driver.
Yeah, the year started out really great with 3 feature wins, and we're past midway, but hopefully we can get a couple more here. Actually, we won 1 at Raceway too, so got 4. A lot of racing left to go this year, and hopefully we can get some more.
At this point of the season, what are you and your team most focused on?
Trying to get the car work better. I mean, we need to be faster, and that's the main thing. I mean, you can't just luck into stuff. You need good working equipment, and that's what we're trying to focus on, is getting the car to work and run up front.
Outside of going faster, and I don't want to seem like we're dwelling on the negative, but at this point of the season, are there 1 or 2 things that you haven't really hit upon or accomplished that you thought you would have done so by this point?
Well, we're mainly just trying to be more consistent this year than last year. I mean, last year went good, and this year started out really good, and then we had a few bad nights. And then last week we hit the wall, and that was another bad one.
Yeah, that's not too good when that happens.
No, the wall's hard and doesn't move. The car tends to bend. But other than that, I mean, we're just trying to run up front and be more consistent.
What is it, would you say, or maybe it's a multiple of things, with Donnie Reavers here and at Raceway Park as well? He seems to set the bar really high for other drivers to attempt to follow. Some do sometimes, but arguably not as consistently as he does.
Yeah, he's got both tracks figured out this year really well. I don't know. He's got it going, and everyone else is trying to play catch up, I think, and that works in his favor too, I think. And everyone's kind of more worried about him than focusing on their own stuff. And you need to get back and work on your own stuff and make it faster, and don't worry about what he's doing.
The veteran Jeff Martin pits next to you. He took a year off. He's back racing full-time this year. He put his car in victory lane a couple weeks ago. What's it been like pitting next to someone who's had so much success here at Elko?
It's okay. Actually, my first few years we pitted next to Jeff too, and last year was one of the first years we haven't. But he's helped me out a little bit.
Has it gotten to a situation where you're helping him occasionally as well?
No, I don't think so. We don't share too much information, but...
Well, how generous of you. Jeez, whatever happened to share and share alike?
Yeah, I don't know. at the beginning of the year we were running good, and he was kind of struggling, but he was just trying to get back into it too, I think. Now he's running good, and we're off a little bit, but I don't know. We haven't shared too much stuff. I think we're quite a bit different on car setup, and our stuff doesn't really go back and forth. It seems like, but.
All right, that's probably enough racing for now because I understand that Christy's going to make a tour of your shop, and that should be very interesting.
Yeah, it will. Everybody will see what we work out of and what it's like.
I might even come along just to steal some secrets and then share them with our audience since you're not willing to share anything with us or anyone else.
Yeah, I don't think we have any secrets. Otherwise, we'd be winning every week too. But maybe we need to find some.
All right, we'll catch up with you again in just a couple of minutes.
All right, thanks.
Hi, we've made it here to the shop right here on NASCAR Northern Style. I'm with Jacob Goede, and it's you and me, and we have some ambiance in the background. We brought some crickets along just for some musical notes. I'm going to expect you to sing along soon.
I don't think that'll be happening.
Tell me where you are on the point standing right now.
I think I'm in fourth, or I think me and Conrad are real close right now. Either third or fourth, right around there.
And I know Conrad. Conrad's a friend. And you're much younger, so you should be kicking his butt right now.
Yeah, he's been fast here the past few weeks.
Well, you supposedly drive the secret weapon. You want to tell me about that?
That's the first time I heard that before, but I don't know. We're out in the middle of nowhere here in the country, so
I hadn't noticed.
I guess maybe people kind of think that, but...
You are kind of out here. This was one of those things where you turn around and go back about 3-4 times. I think we missed it. You turn around and you go back, but it's beautiful out here. Is this where you've pretty much grown up?
Yep, we've lived out here since 92, or 93, I think. But before that, we were just up the road in the town in New Germany, which still is pretty small. Just went to school in Laconia. That was a little bit bigger town. And I had 180 people in my grade, so there was people there.
You do have a brother that races as well?
Yep, he started this year racing at Raceway Park in a late model also. But my younger brothers have always raced quarter midgets. That's where I started also. And
I remember
now,
you saying that,
yeah.
yes.
So Matt moved up to late model this year at Raceway, and I've been doing it for 5 years or so.
Right. So, and we did say, I know that at the track we talked a little bit about you wanting to move on to NASCAR. And do you have anybody that you really look up to that when you watch you're like, that's kind of where I would like to see myself go, or I really like that person? Is there somebody like that?
Well, I always liked Dale Earnhardt, but and then he passed away. But
so don't follow in his footsteps, okay? Let's not go that route.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too good.
I think your mom's over there. I think she's, yeah, please no. Did Dad race?
Yep,
Is that how it got the whole family started in this?
Yeah, he raced in the middle 80s and early 90s on dirt, and then after that we started with the quarter midgets.
Through the magic of television, here we are with Dad. This is John, and John, I understand that Jacob says this has been something that's sort of a tradition in this family, and you've done some racing yourself. And tell us how long you've been or that you did race.
I raced cars for 5 years. On a dirt track, like Jacob mentioned earlier.
Yeah, and all these trophies behind us on the wall are from your race days.
Yeah.
Yes, and I know that you said something about you used to race motorcycles as well, and everybody was far happier when you got into a car.
Yeah, I did okay on motorcycles, but I fell and hurt myself a few times.
Very dangerous, I would imagine. There's not quite... You think of a car as being a big piece of machinery that's something you could really get ruined in, but there's a lot of safety in those cars. When I was in there, you couldn't be packed in that car any tighter, and you've got helmets, and there's foam everywhere, and something to brace your neck and your head and everything. So I would imagine once you got in the cars, everybody probably breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah, I did myself. When I went into the corner the first time, we kind of rubbed a little bit, and I thought, wow, I didn't feel a thing. This is great. And it was good ever since, so, yeah.
Now you've got 2 sons that do this and a third one that's thinking of this. As the dad and pretty much the chief of the crew, do you feel like, oh my goodness, I mean, do you ever worry about them? Do you ever think, where's the next dime coming from to keep these boys in their car?
Yeah, I worry about the money sometimes, but getting hurt and all, well, it's always in your head, but I don't think about it, you know.
Right.
I think they'll do good.
Do you have any tips that you give the boys? I mean, since you raced for a while, do you find that Dad's got some good information for you at times?
My information's outdated.
So, but you said you didn't ever race the late models. You said something like a stock car?
Yeah.
Which would be comparable to what in
The Elko
race?
Thunder car.
Okay.
Yep, it'd be close to that.
It'd be close to the Thunder car.
I drove one of these cars out by Elko on a practice day. I thought I was going pretty fast, and when I come in, these guys were laughing at me. They said I wasn't fast, so.
Gee,
It
I don't
felt
know what that
fast.
feels like at all.
It felt like I was fast, and they also said I never left the lower groove, so I thought I was out by the wall.
Yeah, well,
But
I actually think I made it out by the outside wall, but it didn't matter because by the time you got there, you needed to be back in the groove anyway. So I kind of started thinking, what's the point of the wall? Yeah. I suppose that's where you're supposed to build speed, but that was kind of freaky, wasn't it? I mean, didn't you feel like you're in a fishtail constantly?
I thought I felt real good in the car, but I was slow. So
Yeah, well.
what I thought was good wasn't.
See, now I feel so much better. I really do. And we had Rob that day, and Rob was only concerned about just as soon as I get a little faster than her, then I'm going in. And I think he got like, what, 2 miles an hour faster than me.
I think he got lucky.
Yeah, I think he did too. So the family doesn't go on like camping trips or anything like that. We just come to the garage.
Pretty much this year with 2 cars. 2 cars is a lot of work. One car didn't seem too bad, and now with 2, you're always busy.
So, but you're together as a family all the time anyway. So this is kind of like you're always doing something as a family anyhow, but it's something everybody seems to enjoy. So it's nice that this family stays together, does things together. It probably keeps everybody very tightly knit together, which in turn keeps everybody out of trouble.
Yep, yeah, it does.
The nods are coming. That means yes.
Too busy working on the race cars to get in trouble most of the time. So.
Well, that's great. Thanks for having us out here. We'll be right back.